Friday, December 19th. That's 7 in the evening European time, 1 p.m. on the East Coast, 10 o'clock on the West Coast. Vienna State Opera live streams a spanking new production of Beethoven's Fidelio with Malin Byström, David Butt Philip, Christopher Maltman, and Simonas Strazdas in the leading roles. This is the story of how Leonore tries to save the life of her husband, Florent, who has been thrown in prison by the brutal despot, Don Pizarro, for opposing him and trying to expose its evil ways. So Leonore disguises herself as a man and gets a job as a jailer in the prison system. And well, if you want to know if she saves his life, you have to watch the opera. I don't want to ruin it for you. And if you know the opera, then you already know. But it's an unusual opera because this is Beethoven, and it's the part opera, part oratorio, and the Vienna State Opera for the last 55 years has been doing a production of this opera as staged by Otto Schenk, and now Nikolaus Habjan is doing a completely new production. It has puppets in it. So mixed reviews, depending on whether the reviewers like the innovations or not. So I leave it to you to judge, but this is a full-scale opera by one of the top opera companies in the world. So let me tell you a little bit about each of the singers. First of all, Leonore is played by Malin Byström. She, I know a little about her because I'm here in Stockholm. She studied at our Stockholm School of Opera here. She was appointed a singer in the Swedish Royal Court in 2018. And in that year, she won Singer of the Year Award at the International Opera Awards for her Salome, which she had performed in Amsterdam. She made her debut at the Vienna State Opera in 2020, a couple years later, as Elisabeth de Valois in the French version of Don Carlos. She reprised that Salome at the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden. She's been back to it again and again, singing things like Tosca. She has performed also in Stockholm. She's performed that role of Salome with the Vienna State Opera. She sang Rusalka with the Bergen National Opera, and she's been singing with opera houses in Stuttgart, the Deutsche Oper, the Bolshoi, Covent Garden, the New York Met, etc. So that's your Leonore disguising herself as a man to try to save her husband, Florent, who is played by a British tenor, David Butt Philip. So to give you the highlights of his current season, he's having a breakthrough season. He debuted as he has his debut as Sigmund in Die Valkyrie at La Scala in Milan, as Bacchus in Ariadne auf Naxos at Glyndebourne Festival, as the prince in Rusalka at the Royal Swedish Opera. And I don't know, but I wonder if he would have done that with Malin Byström. And he's returning to the Seattle Opera to play Apollo and Daphne. Done lots of concert performances of operas and symphonies around the planet in recent years, most notably Florestan, the role he's playing here, in a concert version with the Cleveland Orchestra. He made his debut at the Vienna State Opera in 2022 in the title role of when they did a new production of Lohengrin. Powerful tenor he's got to be. Okay, Don Pizarro, the bad man in all of this, is played by the very experienced British baritone Christopher Maltman, Royal Academy of Music in London, Cardiff Singer of the World Champion competition years ago. He sung Don Giovanni at the Covent Garden, at the Berlin Opera House, the Salzburg Festival, the Bayerischen Staatsoper. He sung at Covent Garden. He sung Papageno, Guglielmo, Foster, Marcello, Lescaut, and Manon Lescaut. He's so it's a veteran of places like Glyndebourne in New York, etc. He did his debut with the Wiener Staatsoper 15 years ago as a Schiskau in Aus einem Totenhaus. And he's also sung Eugene Onegin there in Figaro and Prospero. He'll be back with the Vienna State Opera House with Trebko in April doing Tosca. And then finally, there's one other character. There's a justice minister who is notable because he's involved in the possibility of saving Leonore's husband. And that's played by the young Simonas Strazdas. And the minister's name is Don Fernando. He's Lithuanian. He's a bass. Just got out of his master's degree just a few years ago in 2022. In 2023, he joined the opera studio of the Vienna State Opera for the young'uns. And he did his debut with them in Puccini's Gianni Schicchi. And he's been seen in roles like the sergeant in Manon Lescaut, Dalande in Das verfluchte Geisterschiff, and on Basilio in Der Barbier für Kinder. So that's what they have for you from the Vienna State Opera House today, December 19th, live stream free of charge. Before I go, let me remind you, especially in this holiday season, if you haven't done your gifts for friends yet, or you want to give yourself a gift, you can give you and your friends thousands of hours of live streamed orchestras, chamber music, recitals, organ concerts, opera, ballet, and more simply by following and or subscribing to Access Arts Live. And it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to or follow us. So I encourage you to do that on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, or LinkedIn. And with that, I'll say ciao for now and have a great pre-Christmas weekend.